Hello YouTube and welcome back to Train Sim World and the Great Western Express, where we are continuing with Chapter 2, Express Driver, driving the Class 43 HST, my all-time favourite diesel train. Unfortunately no longer on the Great Western Railway, or indeed on the London and North Eastern Railway, or the East Coast Main Line. I suppose that's the name of the actual railway. It does run on the Midland Main Line though, and I think it runs in Scotsrail. But anyway, we've got it in the Great Western Railway livery, and we are going to be continuing with the journeys. Christmas closures today. It says it's Christmas holidays in May, and Network Rail have closed London Paddington as part of the Crossrail construction programme. Trains are being turned back at Ealing Broadway. So let's see what this one brings. I have no idea. Do I have to go from Reading to Ealing and then back to Reading, or just Reading to... I have no idea. Let's find out.
With London Paddington closed due to engineering works, you've been called on to assist with the trains being turned back at Ealing Broadway.
Alright, step 1. Change platform. So we need to get over to platform 3. We're currently at Slough. I probably need to hurry up and do this. Yeah, I do need to be rather quick about this. It is winter in this. Platform 3, here we go. There we go. Okay, and I assume I'm going to be waiting for a train. Am I actually going to be waiting for a... wait for service. Okay. Oh wait, here comes the train. To get a good picture here. I want a good picture. Remember, stand behind the yellow line. Please stand back away from the platform. Oh, that light just came into view. Interesting. Stop. Stop. Oh, come on.
Thanks for helping out today. With your local knowledge, the manoeuvres at Ealing Broadway should go smoothly. When you're ready, take control of the train.
You've got it. I'm ready to take control of the train. Give me the train. Train's ready. What am I doing? Unlocking the carriage. Really? Previous drivers should have done that, but alright. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be going from Slough to Ealing. It is early morning. Train stop override. I really want to switch on the AWS. There we go. That's better. That was a mistake. That's set up. There we go, that's in forward now. Bring the brakes back a notch. In fact, bring the brakes back to that. Looks rather alright. De-ice is probably a good idea to have on, looking at the weather. Why do those lights not come into view? Alright. Objective completed. Lock carriage doors, of course. Really, the God will be doing that. Confirm the signal. There we go. Speaking of the God. And yes, I know how to do this. Why are you telling me to do this now? Or how to do this? 13 miles to Ealing Broadway. Okay. This looks pretty good. Right, let's see what I can show. Well, fine. we'll have a look at this. Train Sim World developers, if you ever watch these videos, please improve your the horn sounds. They are just not correct. Visually this looks fine. I can deal with the slight visual glitches, but please improve your horn sounds, and please make the volumes louder. It's just not correct. It's a very busy early morning. Interesting. What was I after? I was trying to... How do I show... and that's it. Control and. So, which ones do we have? Okay, so Control and 3 gives me whatever that is. Control and 1 gives me... That's better, I like that. The no marker, it just tells me 12 miles to Ealing Broadway. Control and 4 does that. Control and 5 is my speed. Control and 6 is that. Control and 7, no idea. 8 is the little icon. That's the little pointer. Okay, I quite like that then. And I shall... Let's make this a little bit more interesting. We know it's 9 AM. There we go. That's Control and 5. No speed limits. In fact, let me just check what the first current speed limit is. 125. So we have to keep an eye out for the speed ourselves. That's better. Although at this rate, I think we're going to be fairly all right. I hope everybody's had a lovely week so far. It is the date that this video is going out. It is Friday the 8th of May. It is VE Day here in the UK. I'm not sure where else in the world. It might be the same. In fact, it might be VE Day all across the world. As far as I know, most of the world. Lovely bank holiday. This is actually being recorded the day before, so I am recording this on the 7th of May. Sometimes I record videos a day before, sometimes 2 days before, sometimes 2 or 3 weeks before. Now, it would have been nice to have a special livery for VE Day, but I know that Great Western had a few. Lest we forget and all of that sort of thing. Unfortunately, Train Sim World does not support that. 9.8 miles, 9.7 miles now to Ealing Broadway. Just got to continue along. Nothing much to do. Slight jitter, slight lag. I do need to try and figure out whether that is the title or my CPU just not being able to cope with everything. It is a very old CPU, so Intel 4770K, 4th generation. Given that 10th generation has just come out, or is just coming out in a couple of weeks, I'm still sitting with a 4th generation CPU. Dates back to 2013, although I acquired it 2 years ago, second hand. It's done me well. It has done me well. I have it overclocked. It's running at 4.2 gigahertz. It is not. It doesn't give me too much in the way of trouble. It is not one of those processors that just every time you play a game you're worried it's going to burn out or anything like that. It is fairly stable. In fact, no, not fairly stable. It is stable. I've done numerous tests on it as I went through the overclocking. Unfortunately, I could not get it to 4.3 with reasonable stability. And I do know that I just needed to increase the voltage, but my current cooling solution setup meant that I really cannot do such a thing. Here we go. Six miles to go to Ealing Broadway. The Heathrow spur has now joined onto the Great Western Main Line. I'm still unsure of why that's repeaters there. Alright, full service braking from 1.5 miles today is what we are going to try. That repeater makes sense. That one does make sense. As we go past, I think that was West Drayton. Now hopefully I'll be able to get this into a reasonable braking without it going into emergency. Coming up to Southall. Just pull back on the throttles. Driving over the speed limit, 15. To be honest, I will just cut the throttle completely. Let the speed limit just bring itself down. There seems to be no time limit on this, so I'm just going to see if I can get this braking correct. So last time I hit the brakes at full service and we were stopping very, very early. So this time from 1.5 miles I'm going to put the brakes on, but I'm going to try not to knock them into full service. And unfortunately there's not much I can see in this. But we will see. We will see how we are doing. 2 miles to go. 1.7 miles. And on the brakes we go. Oh, that's double yellow. That's fine. I'm still on the brakes. How do I get rid of that sign? That's 2. Okay. 1 mile. I'm still going to hold the brakes. We seem to be doing okay here. We do seem to be doing fairly okay. I might even ease up the brakes a little. But I mean, I can see Ealing Broadway ahead of me. I'm doing 40 miles per hour. 700 yards to go. That was not too bad. That was honestly not too bad. I could have potentially hit the brakes slightly later. Such a nice noise. Right, let's ease it in. And I shall stop at the end of the platform. This should be fairly alright. Oh, slightly overshot by a few yards, but we are okay. Objective complete. Unlock the carriage doors. There we go. And what happens now, I do not know, because I genuinely cannot get out of this train and back onto the platform, can I? Ah, now that's a whole new issue. I cannot get out of this train and back onto the platform. Right, this is something I'm going to have to figure out, because if it requires me changing sides, I'm in trouble. There has to be a way back up onto these platforms. Yes, there is here. So I would have to run down the railway line, across here, up onto there.
You're clear to shunt into Acton Yard.
Okay, we're shunting into Acton Yard. That's fine then. So empty train. Well, there's not an empty train, but here we go. Right. Let's go. Okay, I need to have a look at the speed limits, because I have no idea what the speed limit is going to be for me crossing over. So we are not turning around and going back to Slough or Reading. We're going straight into Acton Yard from here. Just got to keep an eye on speed limits. And that's a 35. There's a 35 for a crossing, it looks like. So I'm thinking I'm going to have the same. It looks like I'm taking the first point across. So that tells you how many. If you've got multiple routes you can be going on, that tells you which one. So I'm going all the way across, it seems. If I'm reading that correctly. It's been a while since I've had to read multiple points. 20 miles per hour. I have no idea what speed I should be doing. There's the speed limit. 70? Alright. Because I feel like I'm going all the way across, so... thinking perhaps 70 is a little bit too fast. So from here we should jump again. There we go. And now we have a red signal ahead of us. But are we... Yep, that's the red signal for me. Or is that? No, that's not for me. Probably is. No, that was for a cross. Okay, that's fine. That was for the other one. Right, we've got 15 depending on where we're going, so I'm just going to bring myself down to 15. In fact, I'll bring myself down to 10 now. And we are now in Acton Yard. Lovely. So we just have to take it down to the end of the rail, or end of this spur. And I think we just stop our train here, unless it's going to be telling me to turn around. Which theoretically it doesn't make sense, because if you were at Ealing and you need to turn around, then all you need to do is get out of your train, go to the other side, and then load your passengers up and go driving significantly over the speed limit. You haven't told me what the speed limit is here. Is the speed limit 5 miles per hour in here? No, it's 10. So I'm not driving significantly over the speed limits. Your logic is flawed. If I was doing 10, that's not significantly... 11 is not significantly over the speed limit. No trains coming out of Paddington, of course. I'm thinking I'm stopping at this lamppost. Yeah, there we go.
Good work. Close down the desk and walk to the other cab.
Okay, so I am walking to the other cab. Right, let's switch that off, switch that off, switch that off, switch that to tail light. Why have you made me change ends like this? Why have you made me do this? That can be switched off. Jump out. Some nice tail lights there. Take a picture. Just last longer. Sprint down the... Sprint? Can you not sprint? I suppose you can't. Right, run down this side. Staying on this side of the train. There's a larger gap here between the rails. The pop-in is very annoying. Run, 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 come on. There we go. Open the door. Climb in. Oh, really, there we go. Getting into one of these trains is not easy. I've done it. Jumping up from ground level, it is not easy. Okay.
You're all good to go. Depart as soon as you're ready. A successful job, I think.
Okay. Here we go. Forward. You. Not you. You. There we go. You can go to day markers. Train brake comes down. You go up. Everything's good to go. And here we go, back to Ealing Broadway. Let's go. Full notch 5 departure. Except obviously we cannot go that fast. So we're going to roll ourselves back out. Nice and slowly. The sounds are good on the carriages, that's for sure. Just quiet. Obviously, as I mentioned quite often, I normalise this, so you'll hear it a lot louder than this. This is very quiet. The sound is great. Here comes the back of the train. Lovely. Well, we'll just continue out of here. Come on. What's the speed limit here? We're looking at 30, but we're still on 10, so odds are that 30 is not going to be used. It's going to be 10 all the way out, and then we'll stop at Ealing Broadway. I'm assuming we're going to pick up passengers and then, well, I'll see what happens from there. I forgot that moving from one rail to another really does push on the engine, and you actually see the speed taper off. That being said, this currently feels like I have a handbrake on it. What on earth? That feels horrible right now. I should not be struggling to maintain 10 miles per hour. That's odd. It must be the changing points. I know you need the extra power to move, but interesting, very interesting. I think we should be able to speed up to 30 now. Should bring this back. There we go. Now that does not feel like a notch 5 acceleration. But okay. Now I'm just thinking that, wait a minute. You've just brought me back to, why have you done this? This makes no sense. This actually makes no sense. Then you've thrown me across. Why could you not just swap me around and then... I'm going to look for points over the other side. Because if there are points, I feel like this has just wasted a whole bunch of time. Gets myself on the brakes. 200 yards to go. Why am I stopping on this one? Oh, I see the end of the platform. Right, let's see if I can stop at the end of the platform this time, as opposed to about 5 yards further. No, actually, I'm stopping here. Right here. This'll do. Okay, at the signal. That's fine. Unlock the doors. That's not too bad. I wonder if I can get a decent picture here. Particularly a decent picture. But I mean, it's not terrible. It's a different style for me. This is certainly a different style. Let's go back inside. Find out what on earth we're doing. Switch that on. Always put that on to check the signal. Reminds you to check the signal before you go, and if you do not check the signal and you do not disable the DRA, you cannot move. So, yep. Objective complete. Where am I going? Lock the doors. Signal the guard. Signal is green. Release the brakes. Looks good to me. DRA can go off, and away we go. Notch 5 departure. Let's do it from inside here. That's going rather fast. Okay, that train has gone really, really... You know what? Where did that train go? There it goes. How is that going to get into Acton Yard? Unless that's heading straight for Didcot Parkway. I mean, not Didcot Parkway. What am I talking about? Old Oak Common. It could potentially be heading for the Old Oak Common. The fog has really rolled in. This thing's going all out. It has passengers in it as well. This is West Ealing, right? No, this is Acton Main Line. It's flown through Acton Main Line. Oh wait, there's a signal set up for it. Is it going to slow down? There's a single yellow there. No, that's going straight into Paddington. I know I should be checking on my train, but I'm just going. I'm sure my train's doing absolutely fine. I'm curious as to where this one's going. That's the Old Oak Common. How's it going to get in there? Lies. Paddington is open. They have lied to me. Where's the train? It's slowing down massively now. It's still nice. We've just got constant double yellows all the way in. What? Where's my train? How's my train going? Driving under speed limit, we're okay. Still driving under speed limit. What speed is my train doing currently? 52 miles per hour. We're alright. I want to know if this train is going into Paddington. We're at Hammersmith now. Green signal. What? Also, I've got a feeling we're not 13 miles from Slough. I have to be very careful about this. What speed limit am I doing? Is it really doing 56 miles per hour? There we go. Let's go faster. I had that in notch 4. Got it in notch 5 now. This thing has been cleared into platform 2 into Paddington, despite Paddington being shut. What? I love the fact that I can go this far. Yep, that's Paddington, alright. There's the circle line coming up. And platform 3 is clear into platform 3, Paddington Station. Wait a minute. Why is there a train in Paddington? I thought Paddington was closed. Why are there people in Paddington? Why are there 1, 2, 3 trains, 4 trains in Paddington? 5 trains in Paddington. Any more? Oh wait, this is the tube line. You can tell the difference. I've been lied to. I've been lied to. Let's get back in our... What the... Okay, there we are. 9.1. Apparently 16. Something's wrong. Something is very wrong here. It's taken far too long for this vehicle to accelerate. TPWS. Sure, why not? Wait, TPWS works? Oh, that's that one that's useless. Alright, 8 miles to go to Slough. That was interesting to see and figure out what. I'm guessing that one's also going to Paddington. So it's only me. I've been singled out. I am not allowed to go to Paddington Station. It is apparently closed for me, but clearly not for anybody else. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful it is. I have no idea what I'm saying. The monotony of driving engines that are quiet in your ear and not terribly exciting because they're MTU engines. And the fact that you've done this about 8 times already. So let's see what we have. Six miles to run. I wonder if am I stopping at Slough and then going to Reading, or am I just stopping at Slough and end of game, end of line. Oh, that was an unintentional pun there. Five miles to run, or 5.3 miles to run. Should we have a look outside? Oops. Okay, fine. Let's do that. There we go. Where's the train? There it is. Apparently that's me. Hey, can I open this door? No, whoa. No, cannot open the door. What's this? In case of fire, shut down diesel engine and pull handle to fullest extent. Okay. Fine by me. Oops. Too close to it. I know, just crashed into it. Let's have a look at the top. Very nice. There's Marston cooling fans. Why have I not... I feel like the brakes are on. But why are the brakes on? The brakes left on the opposite side. brakes are on this side. That's probably it. Doesn't let me in. But then, surely with this side off, the other side should take control. I wonder if we can just disconnect the... Can we just disconnect this? Perhaps? I mean, these ones here look disconnected. That is not how they're supposed to be connected. Nor are those. Nor are those. Nor are those. Onto the brakes. It's immediately onto the brakes there. I see it. Yellow light. I'll keep slowing down. And a 70 mph speed limit as well. I think I'm swapping track. Cannot see the red, so I am going to slow down quite a bit. 50. Where's the red? There's the red. I think that's at the station. To be fair, so let's just cruise in at 30 miles per hour. I think the red light seems to be at the end of the platform. That being said, I can see the red light, but I cannot see the platform. I thought there was an alert for a speed limit change. Alright. I am definitely riding the brakes. Look, I am off the brakes and I am slowing down. What on earth? Well, that's annoying. That is really annoying. Welcome to Slough, home of Sloughs. What do you call people? What do you call people from Slough? Yeah, I see the signal. I'm actually having to accelerate to keep myself moving forward. This is odd. This is extremely odd. But it does bring me to the end of this video. So I suppose I need to start my outro spiel. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Train Sim World. There is a little bit left on the Great Western Express, and then we are going to be moving on to another British setup. Not exactly sure which one yet, but we are going to be moving on to another one. If you really do like these videos and can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support will be massively appreciated. Also, you can find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. That's really annoying. 5,999 points. That is really annoying. What do you get if you join me on Patreon? Well, you have access to some of the outtakes if you're in the right tier. There is going to be a Patreon only series coming up. I'm not going to tell you anything about that just yet, but when it's out, I'll probably put a post on Patreon for everyone to see the series that is being made. Also, you get to join my Discord server, whichever tier you select. And in addition to that, certain tiers also have the opportunity to join me in multiplayer games if they so wish, as I start adding in certain titles or I need certain things. I need multiple people. Patreons are the first people that I go to. do not tell me that I'm going to Reading, because that's going to be annoying.
That seemed to all run smoothly. We made a good team there. Have a great day.
You did nothing. You did nothing. Walk to the exit to complete the scenario. Sure, let's do that. Yeah, let's leave the train running. Where's the exit? My outro was a little bit early, I think. That's okay. Don't mind me, I'm just running away from the train. Excuse me, pardon me. I don't know what you lot are waiting for. There we go. There are seats. Use them. Up the stairs we go. Hey, in and out, in and out. Oh, okay, you two got me. And we are done. There we go. That was strange. I got a goal though. And that is where I will end it. I'll see you guys next time.